Give you 10 yuan of capital, how many times can you leverage it? This is a large-scale money-making challenge program sponsored by billionaires such as Teacher Ma, Brother Xiao, and De Qiangzi, and served as judges. The winner can not only receive a prize of 30 million yuan, but also choose a big-shot company to work for. So the contestants resorted to all means possible. A certain marketing elite. I can easily earn tens of thousands of commission from any marketing plan. Jiang Chen, who has traveled through time, only earns tens of thousands in a marketing plan, so you may not know anything about using empty hands to lure white wolves. A certain financial elite. With just a perfect harvesting of leaks, I can win the competition. Jiang Chen. Sorry, I predicted your prediction. A certain lottery player. Let's try my best to turn a bicycle into a motorcycle. Boss, give me a 5-bet machine to choose 2 color balls. Can we go to work at Ali? It depends on this wave. Jiang Chen. Big brother, I sincerely wish you good luck. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Live streaming to make money, starting with 10 yuan of funds. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. How many times can you leverage the 10 yuan principle? Welcome to watch the live broadcast of the large-scale real person money making challenge. If you have the courage, come. I am your program host Su. A huge studio. Wearing a mini skirt and revealing her sexy figure, Su said sweetly to the camera. This is a studio for a large-scale live-action money-making challenge program. Today is the premiere day of the program. Due to the hype in the early stages, the popularity of the program has already been very high. So from the beginning of the program, there were already 30 million viewers in the live broadcast room. Sleeping slot. This host is also too good looking, and his voice is too crisp, isn't it? Just charge at this host, I've made up my mind about the program. Seeing the host not only looks good, has a hot figure, but also has such a pleasant voice, the audience guarding the live broadcast room immediately became boiling. Su, who was hosting the program, glanced at the live broadcast room and was very satisfied with the barrage feedback. She continued with a smile and said, this program, sponsored by Ali, Penguin, and Jiang, has recruited 500 industry elites from across the country as participants. Each contestant will receive 10 yuan as start-up funding from the production team. Within 6 months, the winner will be the one who earns the most money and has the highest return rate. The winner can not only receive a 30 million yuan bonus from the program team, but also choose any sponsoring company to work for, with an annual salary of no less than 3 million yuan. What? The winner can not only receive a bonus of 30 million yuan, but also choose any company to work for, with an annual salary of no less than 3 million yuan. Sleeping trough. Why didn't you say it earlier? If I had said the reward was so generous, I also signed up to participate. At the beginning of the program's promotion, it was said that the prize money was only 10 million yuan. So many people did not sign up. Now I heard Su say that the prize money has become 30 million. And the winner can also choose to work in large companies such as Ali, Penguin, and Jiang. The audience exploded in an instant. They can ignore the 30 million bonus. But they can't help but care about the opportunity to work in big companies like Ali and Penguin. Because I joined companies like Ali and Penguin. A position with an annual salary of no less than 3 million. The value here cannot be measured by money at all. The connections that can be made here and the knowledge learned in the enterprise are intangible assets. Far more precious than 30 million. Besides that, working in companies like Ali and Penguin. This itself is a form of gilding. Even if one day you leave Ali, there will still be many companies that spend a lot of money hiring you to work. These are far from being comparable to 30 million. But it's just this opportunity that countless social elites, squeezing their heads to get in, have been missed by themselves. How can the audience accept it? One by one, they started cursing loudly. Sleeping on your uncle's bed. Why change the reward, didn't you say it earlier? My 30 million, my high-paying position. The production team doesn't talk much about martial arts. Watching barrage after barrage of angry criticisms from the production team, Su didn't explain anything. On the contrary, there was a hint of joy in her eyes. Because changing the competition reward temporarily is already the arrangement of the program team, in order to create a buzz for the program and bring it popularity. Nowadays, looking at the barrage situation, the effect is still very obvious. Su smiled and waited for the audience's discussion to subside for a while before continuing, in order to ensure fairness and justice in the competition, and to enable everyone to more intuitively understand the contestants' money-making operations. The program team also invited several judges. They are the founders of Ali Group and Teacher Ma, respectively. Penguin founder, Pony Brother. Founder of Jindong, de Xiangzi. And Professor Zhong Weiguo, the highest academic institution in our country and an expert in economics at Peruvian University. As Su's voice rang out, the entrance to the studio channel suddenly opened. Under the spotlight, Teacher Ma walked out with great enthusiasm. Following closely is little Ma Go wearing glasses. A slightly enriched hadron. Sleeping slot. Surprisingly, it's Teacher Ma and Dad Ma. There are also Xiao Ma Gu and De Xiangzi. Surprisingly, the production team invited so many big shots to be judges all at once. Cowardly. The production team has put in a lot of effort. Seeing this scene, the audience, who were dissatisfied with the temporary change of awards in the program group, immediately stopped roast and began to recognize horses as fathers one by one. And when I saw Professor Zhong Weiguo appear, the audience, who were already in high spirits, were even more excited to the extreme. Oh my goodness! Surprisingly, even Professor Zhong Weiguo has been invited out. For Zhong Weiguo, the audience in the live broadcast room is not unfamiliar. On the contrary, still very familiar. Because in the past 10 or 20 years, in the news program of CCTV, they have seen the figure of this old professor providing advice and suggestions for the country countless times. It can be said that this is a truly respected elderly person who has made tremendous contributions to society and national economic development. This is a true expert. It's not comparable to those brick houses who deceive and steal fame. Brothers. The global economic crisis 13 years ago, if it weren't for Zhong Lao's advice and suggestions, our lives would never have been as good as they are now. This is a true economic heavyweight. Everyone listen to my command, all water enthusiasts stand up and pay tribute to Mr. Zhong. The barrage is flashing, Zhong Lao Nyobi. At this moment, I don't know who had a barrage with hair. In an instant. Originally, they all recognized horses as their fathers. Teacher Ma is amazing. The art style of Xiao Ma Ji's awesome live broadcast room instantly changed. The screen is full of Zhong Lao Nyobi. A barrage paying tribute to Mr. Zhong. Upon seeing this scene, Su couldn't help but be stunned for a moment. He never expected that as soon as Zhong Weiguo appeared, even the direction of the barrage in the live broadcast room would change. But this is also something she enjoys seeing. After all, this is the courtesy that an economic tycoon who has made significant contributions to the country should receive. Soon. Guests are seated. Su introduced the rules again. The competition rules are very simple. 10 yuan to start funding. As long as there is no illegal or criminal activity, and players do not borrow their previous resources, they can freely play. Looking for a job, moving bricks, starting a business, trading stocks, all you need to do is make money. So next, let's turn our attention to the contestants and see what kind of performance they will have. After one's words, the camera switched from the studio to the outdoors. Chapter 2. You think he's on the 9th floor, but actually. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Dongfang Square. A group of contestants holding 10 yuan gathered there. Among these people, some are self-employed individuals, some are sales elites, some are financial white-collar workers, and some are even bosses of small and medium-sized enterprises. But at this moment, they all have a common identity as participants in the Money Challenge program. At this moment, the Start.up fund of 10 yuan has been dispersed. The contestants were eager to get started. Brother, do you want a partnership? Let's gather the money together and start a small business. We'll split the profits equally when the time comes. Before the competition started and everyone was still focused, a man with the appearance of a small boss spoke to everyone. He used to do wholesale business, so his first idea was to purchase goods wholesale and then sell them at a stall to make money. But unfortunately, he only had 10 yuan in his hand, so he thought of raising funds. As long as 30 people are willing to join in, he can use this 300 yuan to buy a batch of small items and then sell them as snacks. Many people around him, upon hearing his words and thinking it made sense, joined the men's gang. So soon the man held 200 yuan in his hand. This person is quite clever. He knew that the principal of 10 yuan was too small, so he came up with a financing solution. He pooled everyone's money together and successfully solved the problem of low principal. In the studio, Professor Zhong Weigua said. Teacher Ma and others nodded involuntarily. Doing business is actually a kind of thinking. Many people think that without money, they can't do business, but it's actually a mistake. Without money, you can finance it. This contestant did an excellent job. By the way, what is this person's name? Teacher Ma looked at the host. This person's name is Li Weiman and he does wholesale business. Later, he opened a small trading company. Su said, and Teacher Ma silently jotted down the name. And on the other side, with Li Weiman taking the lead, many people have also followed suit. Soon, 500 contestants began forming cliques and forming their own small groups. Only a very small number of people. I did not choose to join a small group. Chen is one of them. Because he, who has just crossed over, is still confused to this day. He never expected that his company had just gone public and had crossed into this parallel world, even being inexplicably involved in a competition to make money with 10 yuan. Oh my goodness, are you playing with me? Watching the contestants busy searching for their teammates, Chen felt like crying without tears. And at this moment, the cameras hidden in various corners of the city happened to turn on to Chen. Suddenly, the production team captured Chen's expression. Haha. What's wrong with this person? Is this crying? This expression, I guess he wants to withdraw from the competition. The audience in the live broadcast room laughed heartily. And at this moment, a middle-aged man walked towards Chen. Brother, do you want to join our team? Let's raise funds and make money together, and share the benefits. What do you think? Chen glanced at the man and then at the 10 yuan in his hand, frowning together. To be honest, in the eyes of most people, joining a team is undoubtedly the best choice. But Chen doesn't think so. Joining these small groups means contributing funds to the organizers. Once the organizer of this group earns the expected funds, they will definitely not hesitate to disband the group and kick out others to do it alone. There is no other reason. Because this is a competition. No one is so foolish as to keep making money with others. This is the human heart. Since it is destined to be kicked, why do you still want to join? It's better to find a direction from the beginning and keep going. And just now, after digesting the information in his mind, Chen also made a significant discovery. That is, although this world is parallel, But compared to previous lives, there are still many shortcomings. Some large companies have not appeared. Some classic business model marketing cases have not yet appeared in this world. These are all his opportunities. So there is no need to join these so-called small groups at all. Sorry, I don't have that idea at the moment. Chen politely refused. The man frowned at the sight, but didn't say anything. Instead, he turned around and left. He couldn't have wasted time trying to persuade Chen. We must quickly bring others into our own team. The audience in the live broadcast room shook their heads when they saw this scene. Is this contestant too foolish? Don't even invite others to join. Don't you really think you can do anything with 10 yuan? In my opinion, this contestant is probably going to withdraw from the competition. Even if you don't withdraw from the competition, you'll probably be eliminated soon. Everyone said one after another. Su was also surprised when someone refused to join the team. Don't you know that many people have great power? How do you think of Chen's behavior, teachers? Su looked at Teacher Ma and others, wanting to hear their opinions. Teacher Ma said, I think this contestant's approach is not a problem. No problem. The audience in the live broadcast room was taken aback, and Su looked even more puzzled. But didn't you just say that the 10 yuan principle is too low, and joining the team for financing is the best choice? Yes. I have said that joining a team is the best way when the principle is too low, but there is also a situation where you feel that your personal ability does not need to rely on the team. Even if you have 10 yuan, you can choose to work alone. Teacher Ma said. Xiao Ma also nodded and said, and there is also a downside to joining the team, which is that the organizer does this for financing. Once he earns the funds he wants, he will dissolve the organization and choose to work alone. The reason is very simple. Because this is a competition, the organizers cannot always bring everyone to make money, and the dissolution of the group becomes inevitable. Therefore, it is wise not to choose to join the group. Xiao Ma finished speaking. After careful consideration, everyone realized that this was really the truth. After all, this is a competition, and everyone is going for the prize money. The organizers will organize everyone to work together, but it is to solve short-term financial problems. Once this period is over, they will not hesitate to choose to go it alone. And those who are kicked out will have to start again. From this perspective, not joining a group is also a thing of the past. And the fact also proves this except for Chen. There are still more than a dozen highly anticipated contestants who have refused to join the small group. However, these people are all quite capable. Choosing to work alone is inevitable. But if Chen doesn't rely on groups and has the ability to work independently, they don't believe it. This person looks dumbfounded at first glance. I think Teacher Ma and Brother Xiao Ma have seriously overestimated this person named Chen. That's right, Teacher Ma thinks he's on the 9th floor, but in reality, he's on the 1st floor. I think he's simply brainless and hasn't realized the benefits of joining a group. That's right, everyone, take a look. I think he's going to retire on his own in less than 5 days. The audience in the live broadcast room said. I don't think Chen is the kind of strong player that Teacher Ma talks about. Chapter 3. Crouching Dragon and Phoenix Nestlings, obtaining one can secure the world. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. On the other side. Chen did not know that his refusal to join the small group would cause such intense discussion among the audience. After the game started, he went straight to a Lanzhou Lamian Noodles restaurant beside his stomach growling. Anyway, the competition lasts for 6 months. Let's put aside the matter of whether to make money or not and fill our stomachs first. But at this moment, he found that besides himself, there was another contestant walking in the same direction with him. Does he want to do a bowl of Lamian noodles, as he thinks? Chen gave the man a glance. The man also noticed Chen and quickly leaned over, saying, Brother, my name is Nyoman. What's your name? Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen responded. Niu Meng took down the name and said, I just saw that you seem to have declined their invitation. Why don't you come with me to buy lottery tickets? Buy lottery tickets. Yes, by the way, is there any faster way to earn money than buying lottery tickets? Niu Meng said with a smile. Jiang Chen noticed that there was a lottery shop next to Lamian Noodles restaurant. No need to think, he also knows why Niu Meng followed him towards this side. Emotions are here to buy lottery tickets. But what made him laugh and cry was that Niu Meng actually wanted to buy lottery tickets with him. How about it? I've been studying lottery for 3 years now. Follow me to buy lottery tickets, and I'll pay you 10 yuan and I'll pay 10 yuan. We happen to buy 10 bets, so the probability of winning is higher. Niu said with his eyes blindfolded. Jiang Chen suddenly chuckled. Undoubtedly a seasoned lottery player, this probability is calculated and there is indeed no problem. Then he shook his head and refused. Forget it, I still keep the 10 yuan for Lamian Noodles. What? Lamian Noodles? Niu Meng was immediately confused. This is a money-making competition, and everyone is thinking about how to use this 10 yuan to make money and increase their assets. But Jiang Chen was so good that he said he would eat Lamian Noodles. This is really a consumption. It's gone after use. I thought I was being stubborn enough to buy lottery tickets with this 10 yuan, but I didn't expect someone else to be even more stubborn than me. Brother, are you serious? Niu Meng thought Jiang Chen was joking. Of course it's serious, Jiang Chen said, and Niu Meng's mouth twitched fiercely. After a long time, he recovered and said, Brother Niu, don't eat any Lamian noodles. There's a saying that goes, give it a try, turn a bicycle into a motorcycle. Take a gamble, Alto will become a Land Rover. I have a set of ancestral 2-color ball numbers. Can you give me the money and we can work together to buy 10 bets of 2-color balls? After the lottery, you can bet 5 and I can bet 5. What do you want to eat? Niu Meng said passionately. Draw a grand blueprint for Jiang Chen to win the top 10 spots. But Jiang Chen remained unmoved at all. The ancestral 2-color ball number of Shentima. I really believe you a ghost, you terrible old man is very bad. I'd better eat Lamian noodles. Jiang Chen said with a sweat. There is a joke about how to say it. A lottery winner won 30 million. When receiving the prize, the reporter asked. Why did you receive the bonus? The lottery players said they should repay the money they owe for playing with the lottery first. The reporter asked again about the rest. Lottery winners answer. The rest will be returned slowly. It can be seen from this how deep the water in the lottery is. Not only that, Jiang Chen also persuaded Niu Meng. Brother Niu, the water in the lottery is too deep for you to grasp. If you want to buy a piece of waste paper for 10 yuan, you'd better go to eat a bowl of Lamian noodles with me. Seeing that Niu Meng was still trying to persuade himself to buy lottery tickets, Jiang Chen quickly took the initiative and tried to persuade him. Upon seeing this, Niu Meng quickly waved his hand and said, No, 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 no. I'll buy my lottery ticket instead. This is the number I've been holding for 3 years, and today I'll start with a prize. Good luck to Brother Niu then. Thank you, when I win the first prize, I'll take my brother off. Niu Meng confidently said, not forgetting to greet Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen can only bless Niu Meng in the bottom of his heart and then walk to the Lamian Noodles restaurant. Just 1 second before stepping into the Lamian Noodles restaurant, Niu Meng's simple and honest voice came from the next door. Boss, give me 5 bets on this set of numbers. In an instant, Jiang Chen is about to cry. What a simple and unadorned lottery winner. What a simple and lovely big brother Niu. A set of numbers for 5 bets. You can choose from 5 sets of machines better than this. What kind of number do you want to get when the employee who is really the winner of the two-color ball lottery is their own relative? Fortunately, I didn't promise to give him the 10 yuan, otherwise Lamian noodles would not be eaten. Chen was very lucky. And on the other side, audiences who have been paying attention to Chen are happy when they hear that Chen wants to eat Lamian noodles. Ha ha ha. I said Teacher Ma overestimated Chen, right? What kind of strength is this? Choose to work alone. It's just a lack of business acumen. Everyone else is thinking about how to make money with the 10 yuan, but Chen really wants to keep Lamian noodles for himself. I can only say, Tai Te Mo 6 for this operation. I bet that after finishing Lamian noodles, he will probably quit the race. In this way, he can pay 10 yuan for the program group for nothing. Nima, it's too much to pay 10 yuan for the show crew. The audience was overjoyed. And when they continued to hear the conversation between Chen and Niu Meng, they found out that Niu Meng was actually going to buy a lottery ticket with 10 yuan. Even laughing made my stomach ache. Bully. 10 yuan to buy a lottery ticket, this is the real talent. Others are all thinking of raising funds to start a business, working and making money. It's better for someone called Niu to take a shortcut. I'm optimistic about this guy. 10 yuan won't buy you at a loss, you can't fall for it. In a group of two colored balls, you get rich overnight. If you don't win, you'll just drop out of the game without any thought. I thought it was outrageous enough to quit the race after eating Lamian noodles for 10 yuan. I didn't expect this guy buying lottery tickets to be even more outrageous. I feel like these $10 are going to be wasted. Please remove the word, feeling. This is to make water float. It's better to eat a bowl of Lamian noodles. Damn it, after watching these two people. I have reason to suspect that this was arranged by the program team, with the purpose of laughing at me and inheriting my flour. Everyone laughed and their stomachs hurt. And that doesn't count. When they arrived at Niu, they advised Chen to buy lottery tickets. Chen persuades Niu to eat Lamian noodles. I just burst out laughing. Sleeping slot. Where did these two people come from? One wants to pull the other party to eat Lamian noodles, and the other wants to buy lottery tickets. This is just like a sleeping dragon and a chicken. Brother Niu, the water in the lottery is too deep. You can't hold it. Why don't you have a bowl of Lamian noodles with me? Is Chen trying to laugh me to death? I was drinking water when I took a sip and sprayed it on the keyboard. The production team must accompany me on the keyboard. The audience was frantically scrolling through the barrage, and Chen and Niu Meng were filming a live broadcast alone, causing the popularity to skyrocket. Originally only a few thousand people, in just a few minutes it has become over 300,000 people, and there are constantly people rushing in crazily. Chapter 4. Suoha, Wolong is out after eating Lamian noodles. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. It is said that lying on the dragon and phoenix chicks can bring peace to the world. Now both of them have come together. The audience's enthusiasm ignited in this instant. Soon, the live broadcast room of Chen and Niu Meng became very popular. The number of online users has both exceeded 700,000. You should know. Except for those contestants who were highly regarded by the outside world from the beginning, it is already very good for everyone else to have tens of thousands of viewers in their own live broadcast room. It can be imagined how hot Niu Meng and Chen are. And with more people, there are more topics to discuss. Some people don't mind the big picture when watching the excitement. Directly in the live broadcast room, he asked, "You say, Wolong Fengchu, who are these two people eliminated first?" This question. The audience immediately went crazy. Is it worth mentioning? It must be Mr. Fengchu and Niu Meng. I think it's Mr. Fengchu who dares to use the last 10 yuan to buy lottery tickets, which is such a safe gambler mentality. Many people say. But some have also put forward different opinions. I think it's Mr. Wolong Jiang Chen. Although Mr. Fengchu is no better, don't forget that the lottery will not be offered until tonight, but Jiang Chen is different. He doesn't have to wait until tonight. After eating this bowl of Lamian noodles, he is probably going to withdraw. That's right, I also think it's Jiang Chen. Although Mr. Fengchu has a gambling element when buying lottery tickets, there is still a certain probability that there will be a return. What if he is lucky enough to win? But what about Jiang Chen? 10 yuan for Lamian noodles is totally a consumption behavior, without any investment nature, so I think Mr. Wolong must be the first to go out. As more and more people joined the discussion, the staff of the program team also reacted and quickly seized the topic, starting a guessing contest. Guess 1. Mr. Wolong, Jiang Chen is the first to be eliminated, 1 loss 1, guess 2. Mr. Fengchu and Niu Meng are the first to be eliminated, 1 loss 1, guess 3. Mr. Wolong, Jiang Chen will be eliminated within 5 days, 1 loss 1.5, guess 4. Mr. Fengchu and Niu Meng will be eliminated within 5 days, 1 loss 1.5, guess 5. Mr. Wolong, Jiang Chen will be eliminated within 3 days, 1.2 out, guess 6. Mr. Fengchu and Niu Meng will be eliminated within 3 days, 1.2 out, guess 7. Mr. Wolong, Jiang Chen, will be eliminated within 1 day, 1.3 out, guess 8. Mr. Fengchu and Niu Meng will be eliminated within 1 day, 1.3 out. As soon as these guessing options are available, the program effect instantly fills up. The audience just fried the pan. Sleeping trough. The production team is causing trouble. Unexpectedly, Lying Dragon and Phoenix Chick was actually eliminated from the guessing competition. The operation of the program team is too rough. What do these options mean? Wolong Fengchu will be eliminated in 5 days. Does this person overestimate the strength of Jiang Chen and Niu Meng? Oh my goodness, the production team wouldn't really think that Jiang Chen and Niu Meng could hold out for 5 days in the competition, would they? Not to mention 5 days, I feel too much in 1 day. That's right, I strongly demand that the program team add new guessing options. Mr. Wolong will be eliminated within an hour. If you are out within an hour, you will be out after eating this bowl of Lamian noodles. That's right. Jiang Chen came to the show group to pay 10 yuan. After eating this bowl of Lamian noodles, if he doesn't quit the competition, I will live eat Xiang. I eat 5 pounds. I eat 10 pounds. And Mr. Fengchu, after tonight's lottery draw, it is estimated that he will also withdraw from the competition. It doesn't even take a day. The audience in the live broadcast room were scrolling barrage, strongly demanding that the program add new guessing options. The production team is also involved in things. New options were quickly added based on the barrage. Challenge 9. Mr. Wolong Jiang Chen is out after eating Lamian noodles, 5 for 1, guess 10. Mr. Fengchu, Niu Meng, will be eliminated after the 2-color ball draw tonight, 1.5, see these 2 new options. The audience simply laughed. I didn't expect that. I only mentioned it in the barrage, and the production team actually added these 2 options. The production team is too conscientious. This is like sending us live streaming beans. Yes, I will be out after finishing Lamian noodles. Brothers, the opportunity to get rich has arrived. 100,000 live beans. Press Wolong to finish Lamian noodles and get out. I bet 200,000 yuan. I'm done with it all. Winning the young model of the club, losing the job at the construction site. But according to this trend, our chances of winning are infinite. While the audience teased, they bet all their live beans on the option of Jiang Chen eating Lamian noodles and being out. Not only that. Some people were eliminated after defeating Fengchu Niu Meng in tonight's 2-color ball draw. There's no way. Among all the contestants, only the 2 of them seem to have the highest probability of being eliminated. Soon. More than 1 million spectators bet Jiang Chen to eat Lamian noodles and then get out of the game. 800,000 people were eliminated after betting on the Nyoman 2-color ball for the draw. The total number of participants in the two-person guessing competition, combined with the remaining 498 participants, is a total of 498. And live streaming beans account for over 10 billion yuan. Oh my goodness. Surprisingly, more than 80% of the people were eliminated first, surpassing the two of Wolong and Fengchu. According to a 1-to-5 odds ratio. If these two people really finish eating Lamian noodles and then withdraw from the competition, the program team will go bankrupt. See the audience's guessing statistics. Host Su was directly startled. Such a disproportionate proportion. How pessimistic the audience is about Jiang Chen and Niu Meng. However, the performance of these two people, one wants to eat Lamian noodles and the other wants to buy lottery tickets, is really a bit of a drag. By the way, Teacher Ma, how do you view the behavior of Jiang Chen and Niu Meng players? Su looked at Teacher Ma, Brother Xiang, and others, wanting to see the opinions of these big shots. I think it would be better for little Ma to answer this question. Teacher Ma immediately started shaking the pan. It's not that he doesn't want to answer. But he dare not answer. Niumen can still talk about buying lottery tickets, but Jiang Chen's act of eating Lamian noodles with 10 yuan is really a bit incomprehensible to him. You should know that this is a live broadcast, with 30 to 40 million viewers watching. If you make a mistake and slap your face, it would be awkward. So it's better not to express any opinions and leave the pot to Xiao Ma Gu. Xiao Ma naturally knew Teacher Ma's thoughts and couldn't help but roll his eyes. Following the principle of being cautious in his words and actions, he tactfully said, I have also carefully analyzed the performance of Jiang Chen and Niu Meng contestants. What everyone is saying makes sense, and it cannot be ruled out that the two of them have the idea of giving up on themselves. But Xiao Ma changed his tone and said, I can't rule out the possibility of two people going off guard. After all, with 500 contestants participating, it's really difficult to stand out. If you buy lottery tickets and get rich overnight, it's also possible. Xiao Ma Gu said, which can be considered as a good explanation for Niu Meng's behavior. What about Jiang Chen? What do you think of Jiang Chen's behavior of eating Lamian noodles? Su said again. It's obvious that I want to bring Pony to my own rhythm. But how could someone like Pony be fooled? It's even more impossible to say things that don't go through the brain. With a smile, Xiao Ma said, we won't evaluate Jiang Chen's behavior for now. Just keep watching and you'll know. Say it. Su rolled her eyes, didn't she say anything without waiting? Of course, she also knew that it was almost impossible for Xiao Ma to say things like Jiang Chen was probably going to be eliminated soon in order to beat him up. Chapter 5. Jiang Chen, with 0 assets and ranking at the bottom. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Boss, give me a 9 yuan egg Lamian noodles and a 1 yuan bottle of mineral water. On the other side. Jiang Chen was unaware of his behavior with Niu Meng, which attracted so much attention. After entering the store to order something good, he sat down directly. TSK. 9 yuan egg Lamian noodles, and a bottle of mineral water. If it's not 10 yuan for the program group, I can't kill myself. That's right, the other contestants are all busy looking for jobs. Let's see what's good to do with this 10 yuan. Jiang Chen is so good that he can eat it directly. This is the rhythm of the cliff going to withdraw from the competition. Unfortunately, the production team lost 10 yuan in vain. Damn it, if I had known I would have registered myself, I could have had a meal. The audience in the live broadcast joked. Jiang Chen was completely unaware. After Lamian noodles came up, he ate it with a big mouth. In a few minutes, a bowl of Lamian noodles was completely solved. Boss, check out. Jiang Chen handed over his 10 yuan. And at the moment when the shop owner collected the money, the smartwatch on Chen's wrist vibrated directly. A message appears above. Contestant Chen, with 0 assets, currently ranks 500th. This is a watch that the production team can only wear for the contestants. As long as there is a change in the assets of a contestant, a prompt will appear on it to motivate the contestants. So, after Chen finished eating Lamian noodles and paid, Chen's asset information was directly conveyed to everyone's watch. Who is this named Chen? In less than half an hour since the start of the competition, his assets have gone straight to 0. Isn't this special too weak? At the entrance of a sports goods store, several small group contestants couldn't help but shake their heads when they saw the information on their wristbands. Is the asset 0? Isn't this Chen the human machine arranged by the program team? It's possible, otherwise it's impossible for any class to have 0 assets. Food Street. Several contestants searching for jobs in pairs showed a strong sense of disdain. Alas, brother Chen, I had already asked you to buy lottery tickets with me, but unfortunately you didn't listen. Now, it's good, and you're directly at the bottom of the ranking. On the bench at the edge of the square, Mengniu couldn't help but shake his head when he received the prompt. As for the remaining contestants, seeing the handle on their watch, they all shook their heads and showed a strong sense of disdain. Even worse, Chen has been directly excluded from the championship contenders. This is a 5 scumbag battle. Not worthy of being their opponent, let alone worthy of their attention. So, just a glance at the information on the bracelet, everyone hurriedly went on their own. The audience in the live broadcast room is already in full swing. Ha ha ha. Cowardly. It is worthy of being Mr. Wolong. Having Lamian noodles directly ranked the bottom, and the assets were 0. Is this what is said to have ended before it even started? But I have a question, why is Mr. Fengchu's assets still 10 yuan? In theory, shouldn't Mr. Fengchu's assets also be 0 when he buys lottery tickets? Perhaps it's because the lottery results haven't been released yet, right? It's possible, after all, no one knows whether the return on these 10 yuan is 0 or how much. However, based on my estimation, Mr. Fengchu won't be long before his assets reach 0. The crowd was discussing. But at this moment, someone reminded, everyone, shouldn't we be concerned about Mr. Wolong's exit at this time? Right. I almost forgot about this. Now that Lamian noodles has been eaten and the money has been spent, Mr. Wolong, it's time to find the program team to withdraw. Everyone said. According to Chen's performance. After eating Lamian noodles, he should withdraw from the show group. But what surprised everyone was. After eating Lamian noodles, Chen did not withdraw from the show group, but simply froze in place. Sleeping slot. Why isn't it moving? Don't you think that the 10 yuan is for competition after eating Lamian noodles? Don't stand foolishly, quickly go out and turn right, find the show team to withdraw from the competition. Seeing Chen standing there motionless, the audience who bet Chen will be out after eating Lamian noodles immediately became anxious. Su was a bit confused and couldn't understand what Chen was doing. Don't say it's her anymore. Chen himself was completely confused. Because just now, a sound of activating the system rang out in his mind. Fake, right. Chen stood there, feeling that he had hallucinations. But at this moment, another sound came from the speakers. The divine level investment system has been successfully activated. Binding host. Host binding successful. A continuous sound sounded. Chen finally understood that this was not an illusion, but a reality. He activated a system called divine investment. What is the use of this system? Chen asked in his heart. By utilizing the system, it is possible to analyze information such as the return rate, risk value, and return period of any item. The sound sounded. Chen couldn't help but take a cold breath. By utilizing the system, it is possible to analyze the return rate, risk value, and return period of any item. Is this really fake? In order to verify whether the function of the system is really so powerful, Chen directly opened the system to analyze his chopsticks after eating Lamian noodles. Soon, a message came to mind. Ordinary chopsticks return rate. 0.05% return cycle. 10 years. Risk value. 0. Upon seeing this message, Chen knew that the system was not deceiving him, and it could really analyze the rate of return. For a while, Chen regretted it a bit. He regretted why he took the 10 yuan given by the program team to eat Lamian noodles. Use this 10 yuan to buy lottery tickets. Isn't he fragrant when analyzed in conjunction with the system? If I had known it would activate the system, I would have kept these 10 yuan. Chen felt a bit depressed. But soon he was relieved. Are you still afraid of not making money with this system? The urgent task is to quickly obtain some start-up funds. Thinking of this, Chen didn't hesitate any longer and walked straight outside. P.S. May I ask for flowers, tips, and evaluation tickets? If there is one reward, one flower, and one ticket, I will add more. Let's kneel down and beg for handsome readers. Chapter 6. Just now, you said you want to live stream the food for Xiang. You are listening at novel full.audio. It's moving. Brothers, Mr. Wolong is about to withdraw from the competition. See Chen walking out of the Lamian Noodles restaurant. The originally anxious crowd immediately became excited. But soon, the excitement on everyone's faces slowly solidified. Because they noticed that after Chen left the Lamian Noodles pavilion, he did not ask the program crew to announce his withdrawal, but walked in the opposite direction. What's going on? After eating Lamian noodles, shouldn't you just quit the race? How did Chen go in another direction? If I remember correctly, there seems to be a construction site in this direction, with a sleeping trough. Shouldn't he be full and ready to go to the construction site to move bricks? At this moment, I don't know who sent out a barrage. The audience in the live broadcast room was completely stunned. When you're full, go move the bricks. Shouldn't you have eaten enough to retire from the competition? Sleeping slot. Brother, don't make any fuss. It was agreed that after finishing Lamian noodles, you would withdraw from the competition. Don't play cards according to the routine and move bricks when you are full. I bet 100,000 yuan on live streaming to tease you. Seeing someone saying that Chen might be full and ready to move bricks, the audience who bet that Chen will be out after eating Lamian noodles immediately became anxious. A barrage of bullets prompted Chen to quickly withdraw from the competition. But at this moment, the competition is over. A prompt suddenly popped up in the live broadcast room. In an instant, the more than 1 million spectators who took Chen out after eating Lamian noodles immediately became cold-hearted. Following closely, one by one, ghosts and wolves began to cry and howl. Sleeping slot, your uncle. My 100000 live broadcast beans. 100000, I bet 300000, and this wave is gone. I'm a fairy, who told me that Chen would be out after eating Lamian noodles. 500,000 live streaming beans, I've gone all out now. I just want to ask if anyone has met me on the rooftop. It's already on the rooftop, the wind is a bit strong and it's still a bit cool. Brothers, take a step first. Guessing for a moment is exciting, it's a family crematorium. How cool it was when Zhao Jiangchen was out after eating Lamian noodles before, and how cool the audience is now. On the contrary, it was the audience who didn't bet on Chen, watching the barrage one by one, they all flipped over. Ha ha ha. Fortunately, I didn't take Mr. Wolong out after finishing Lamian noodles, otherwise I would have to follow the roof. Those who said that Mr. Wolong would be out after eating Lamian noodles really laughed me to death. They just ate Lamian noodles, and they had to say that they wanted to withdraw from the competition. Now, alright. Do you think Mr. Wolong is ready to withdraw from the competition after eating Lamian noodles? Maybe Mr. Wolong just feels full before he has the strength to move bricks. Wolong Jiangchen. I don't want you to think, I want me to think. Ha ha ha. Only when the gods are full can they have the strength to move bricks. I don't want you to think so, I want me to think so. The two of you upstairs, it's already very uncomfortable for others to lose everything. You're still being foolish, it's really too much. By the way, I remember someone said during the quiz that if Chen doesn't get out of the game after eating Lamian noodles, he can start to live the live broadcast of the game. That's right, where are people? Laozi Hu Hans Han, I remember you. It was you who led the way by saying Chen won't be eliminated, live streaming eats Xiang. And there's also this one called Tang Monk washing hair with Piaoru. I remember you said you ate 5 pounds live, hurry up and don't pretend to be dead. The two of you, Shanqing Lu Dehua and Li Shui Jia Hui, I remember you said you wanted to eat 10 pounds, right? And this I never said I wanted to live stream eating Xiang. Don't think I won't know you after changing the name. I tell you, life is a crime that can be avoided, and feces are the hardest to escape. Don't think that pretending to be dead and changing your name can get you through it. There's no such easy thing. We don't want you to weigh 10 pounds, nor do we want you to eat 5 pounds. Just eat a few liang, that's all. At this moment, I don't know who brought up a topic about live streaming eating Xiang, and many people started to at the audience who had previously made bold statements. Some comedians even started playing jokes directly. What kind of crime can be avoided, but feces are the hardest to escape? Let's rest until we have excrement. Until the feces remain unchanged. Until you're in the shit. It's so fun to fly. As for those viewers who were watching the barrage of live streaming and eating on the screen, they immediately felt like they were drenched in excrement. So he simply didn't speak. It wasn't until the barrage decreased that I breathed a sigh of relief from escaping in the shit. And on the other side, Chen also found a construction site that is currently recruiting workers. Surprisingly, they actually ran to the construction site. Seeing Chen's figure appear at the construction site, many viewers were stunned for a moment, but soon realized that Chen, who had no money on him, came to the construction site to move bricks, which was indeed the best choice. It's just that the weather is hot and the bricks are hot to the touch. Can Chen's thin and small body handle it now? But before everyone could think more, Chen had already walked towards the simple recruitment platform set up on the construction site. The man in charge of recruitment glanced at Chen and said, "With your physique, are you also here to move bricks?" The voice was clearly filled with questioning. Ha ha ha. Is this because the body is too thin and small, and moving bricks is despised by people? The audience in the live broadcast room laughed heartily. Su couldn't help but laugh and said, "It seems that our Mr. Wolong is not very easy to find a job." Chen, on the other hand, didn't pay any attention to the man's teasing, but smiled and said, "I'm not here to move bricks. I came only when I saw your job posting saying recruit a worker. Say it." The audience in the live broadcast room shook their heads. Chen is still too young. The bookkeeper on the construction site has a good job of having more money and less work, and is usually reserved for related households. How could it be given to him? It's good to have a brick to move honestly. Unfortunately, he thought too much. Ultimately, I am still too young and lack social experience. Everyone said. The man in charge of recruitment looked at Chen with a smile on his face. Where did this foolish kid come from? He just wanted to become a clerk. The position of the clerk is not suitable for you. So without even thinking about it, the man instinctively said. This position was reserved for his nephew, how could it be given to Jiang Chen? I think I'm quite suitable. Jiang Chen said. The man frowned and felt that Jiang Chen was a bit unkind. He followed suit and wanted to get angry, but before he could speak, he heard Jiang Chen bend down and say, for a daily salary of 300 yuan, I only need 100 yuan. The extra 200 yuan, I'll buy my brother a cigarette to smoke. After speaking, the man widened his eyes. If he had encountered such a situation in his daily life, he would have agreed almost without thinking about it. But there's no way. He promised to leave this position for his nephew, even if he could earn an extra 6,000 yuan a month, he might still recruit Jiang Chen. No way. The man shook his head slightly. Jiang Chen said again, 5 days, I only do it for 5 days. 5 days later. He already has 500 yuan in hand to start funding. And men can also arrange their own people in. So there is no reason to refuse. As Jiang Chen had guessed, the man's eyes lit up when he heard Jiang Chen say he would only do it for 5 days. If Jiang Chen only works for 5 days, he is completely acceptable. After all, in 5 days, he can earn an extra 1,000 yuan. 5 days later, it's the same when arranging for my nephew to work. Okay, it's you. The man said. The workers around who came to move bricks were momentarily stunned, their eyes fixed. Not just them. At this moment, the audience in the live broadcast room were all dumbfounded. Chapter 7. Teacher Ma. I started to be a bit optimistic about Jiang. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sleeping trough, what's going on? The man in charge of recruiting just now said that Jiang Chen was not suitable. Why did Jiang Chen say a few words in his ear and now turn around and agree to let Jiang Chen be the clerk? What exactly did Jiang Chen say? I don't know. After seeing Jiang Chen whispering a few words in the man's ear, he agreed to let him be the recorder, and the audience in the live broadcast room was immediately confused. Not just them. Su, Teacher Ma, and Brother Xiao in the studio also looked puzzled. Lip language teacher, can you tell what Jiang Chen really said? Su curiously looked at the lip language teacher prepared by the program team in advance. The lip language teacher said, the angle of the drone shooting is not very good, it will take some time to understand. It's okay, please translate quickly. Su said. The lip language teacher quickly watched the screenshot repeatedly on the computer in front of him. 1 minute later. The lip language teacher said, if I'm not mistaken, what Jiang Chen said is that he only needs 100 yuan per day's salary, and the remaining 200 yuan will be used to buy cigarettes for the man in charge of recruitment. And he also said that he will only do this job for 5 days and leave in 5 days. Say it. Everyone was stunned. No one expected that when Jiang Chen whispered, he would say this. This Jiang Chen doesn't seem as simple as the audience says, said De Qiangzi. Teacher Ma nodded and said, indeed, Jiang Chen looks youthful, but he is actually very familiar with some survival rules in society. He was very clever and used the method of giving kickbacks to recruiters to get himself a job opportunity. This way of acting is not like a young man in his 20s at all, but rather like an old greaseball who has been struggling in the society for many years. Besides, Jiang Chen's daring to take out 200 yuan from his daily salary of 300 yuan to give to the person in charge of recruitment is also enough to demonstrate his courage. I suddenly started to take a liking to him. Teacher Ma said. At first, when Jiang Chen took 10 yuan to eat Lamian noodles, Mr. Ma was not very optimistic about Jiang Chen. But after watching Jiang Chen's operation, he suddenly began to be optimistic about Jiang Chen. Because in this society, whether it's survival or doing business, people who are too naive and idealistic are easily hit by obstacles. Only by becoming familiar with the underlying rules of social operation and interpersonal communication can one survive more easily and earn money. And Jiang Chen possesses such qualities. What about brother Xiang? What's your opinion? After hearing teacher Ma's evaluation, Su looked at brother Xiang again. Xiang said, I think Jiang Chen may bring us unexpected surprises. Unexpectedly surprised. Su was taken aback. What do you mean is that this Jiang Chen may be a dark horse, standing out from the 500 contestants? It's possible. Xiang nodded. Su said, can you give me a reason? In terms of reason, if the purpose is too strong, I don't know if it counts as one, said Xiao. Su was taken aback and said, is the purpose too strong? That's right, it's just that the purpose is too strong. Xiao nodded, I don't know if you've noticed. As the lip teacher just said, 5 days, Jiang Chen said he only works on the construction site for 5 days. What does this mean? This indicates that Jiang Chen knows very well when he should do what. If I'm not mistaken, these 5 days are his transitional period, with the aim of earning his new startup funds on the construction site. As soon as he receives the funds, he will proceed with his next plan. From the beginning, from his refusal to join a small group to his job hunting after eating Lamian noodles, we can easily see that Jiang Chen has his own plan and will not be moved by outsiders. All of these are enough to demonstrate that Jiang Chen not only has enough courage, but also strong planning and purposefulness. Such a person, in my opinion, has a great chance of breaking through the encirclement. After teacher Ma had a positive outlook on Jiang Chen, brother Xiang did not hide his optimism about Jiang Chen at all. For a while, many people are lost in thought. They reviewed Jiang Chen's performance from beginning to end and suddenly realized that everything was really like what little Magu had said. At the beginning of the competition, everyone thought about what Jiang Chen should do, but unfortunately, Jiang Chen did not go against the trend. Someone invited him to join a small group. Jiang Chen refused. Niu Meng invited him to buy lottery tickets. Jiang Chen refused. Even everyone thought that he would quit after eating Lamian noodles, so Jiang Chen chose to find a job. And just when everyone thought Jiang Chen was just going to move bricks, Jiang Chen chose to work as a bookkeeper. All of this. It seems that Jiang Chen did not follow everyone's imagination. It's better to say that Jiang Chen purposefully participated in the competition according to his own plan, including only working on the construction site for 5 days. Who said earlier that Jiang Chen had no social experience? Now stand up and slap your face. They directly offered 200 yuan a day to the hiring manager to buy cigarettes and easily secured a job, which is stronger than many people in the live broadcast room, right? Isn't it true that for a job worth 300 yuan per day, one dares to give away 200 yuan as a gift, which is much stronger than some people who grind and chatter about giving gifts? This operation may seem like a loss, but in reality, it's a profit. Indeed, I spent 200 yuan that I never received, but it earned me a daily income of 100 yuan. Jiang Chen, it's possible. It seems like I've taken a wrong look. Jiang Chen is just pretending to be a pig and eating a tiger. He probably won't be out in the short term. Now it's up to Mr. Fengchu. The audience in the live broadcast room said. They were originally hoping that Jiang Yan would be eliminated. But now Jiang Chen has found a job. Although he only earns 100 yuan a day, he will not be eliminated in the short term. So, one by one, everyone focused their attention on Mr. Fengchu and Niu Meng. Chapter 8. Disdain from Brother Mengniu. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Dongfang Square. Niumen lay on a stone chair by the square, and this trip lasted for an afternoon. Not long ago. As the sun sets, night begins to fall over the entire city. After the neon lights lit up, the crowd on the square gradually increased. Off-duty white-collar workers. A wandering couple. An elderly person walking. And those who work part-time after work have also become active. And over 100 meters away from Yuan, there is a group of men selling balloons. This group is none other than Li Weimin, who initially led the formation of a small group. After raising 300 yuan, Li Weimin spent several hours putting in a batch of balloons and then had the members of his group start selling them separately. He himself led a few people to choose to set up a stall in the busiest Oriental square. Balloons, sell balloons. Joyful and beautiful. There are also balloons of various shapes that can be squeezed. Li Weimin was shouting and selling, while pinching out the long balloon in his hand in the shape of a little monkey. Soon, it attracted many children to come over. Boss, how do balloons sell? A joyful hydrogen balloon costs 5 yuan each. This handmade one costs 2 yuan each, and can be shaped into any shape. Do you want one? Li Weimin warmly introduced. Give me a beautiful one, the mother said, handing over 5 yuan at the same time. Amazing. I didn't expect Li Weimin, this small team, to start making money so quickly. Seeing this scene, the audience in the live broadcast room immediately shouted out. A huge studio. Su also had some admiration. With so many contestants, there were also many who formed small groups, but only Li Weimin, the group, was the first to make money. Teacher Ma, what do you think of Li Weimin? Su looked at the judges. Teacher Ma said, not bad. Li Weimin has some ability to think of wholesale balloons and have team members sell them separately in a short period of time, from doing wholesale to starting his own company. Professor Zhong, what do you think? Su looked at Professor Zhong Weiguo again. The old professor said, my opinion is almost the same as Teacher Ma's. Li Weimin's choice of wholesale balloons, which have low costs, quick results, and can quickly target consumer groups, is indeed very good at the current stage. Do you think Li Weimin has the ability to compete for the championship? Su asked after him. The old professor shook his head and said, it's hard to say yet, because in the short term, this method is indeed good, but in the long term, it may not be enough. So we need to continue to observe and see if Li Weimin can fully utilize his previous experience in wholesale and opening a company. Su nodded. And at this moment, she suddenly realized that there was a group of contestants not far from Li Weimin who didn't know what they were doing. But it's quite lively. Not only her, but also Professor Ma and Professor Zhong noticed. Director, can you help me switch the screen to the big screen? Su said. The guide quickly switched the screen. At this point, everyone finally saw clearly. Originally, this small team formed by Zhang Linshan also set up stalls on the streets. It's just different from selling things to Li Weimin. Zhang Linshan and his team do not sell any items at their booth, but rather sell gaming experience opportunities. And this game is also very common to everyone. Throw table tennis. 10 yuan and 5 balls. As long as you stand outside the line and throw it into the 10 disposable water cups placed there, you can get the corresponding banknotes in the cups. 5 yuan. 10 yuan. 20. The highest one placed 100 yuan. Due to the fun of the game and the high rewards, as soon as the booth was set up, it immediately attracted many passers-by to stop, including children and the elderly. However, these people are just onlookers, and no one has paid to start playing yet. How is it going? Is anyone willing to give it a try? Very simple. Zhang Linshan said to the onlookers. But the effect is not very obvious, and still no one is willing to pay. At this moment, Zhang Linshan couldn't help but wink. Immediately, one person walked out of the crowd and took out 10 yuan, saying, let me give it a try. This person is the one arranged by Zhang Linshan. Essentially, they are also members of their small group. To drive passers-by to play games. As my first customer, for 10 yuan, I'll give you 7 balls, said Zhang Linshan, handing over the 7 ping-pong balls. After receiving the ball, the man stood outside and threw it. Due to early training for an afternoon. So the man hit 4 out of 7 and took away 45 yuan. The onlookers saw that it was so easy to throw it in and immediately became restless. Boss, I'll give it a try too. Give me 10 yuan to play. I'll take 20 yuan. This Zhang Linshan is amazing. He even thought of arranging a support for himself to drive passers-by. Su couldn't help but say when she saw this scene. Teacher Ma also nodded. Arranging actors to cooperate with oneself is a very primitive and simple method, but it cannot be denied that it has very good effects, especially when setting up street stalls. This Zhanglin mountain seems to have very rich social experience, De Qiangzi praised. However, Niu Meng watched this scene and pursed his lips, showing a hint of disdain. In his opinion, the tricks of these contestants are all too low. Not only is it time-consuming and laborious to earn, but more importantly, one cannot make money yet. To truly stand out in the competition, the key is still to rely on the lottery. As long as there is a first prize tonight, the champion is basically stable. Niumen withdrew his gaze and said. By the way, there's also Jiang Chen, I don't know how he's doing now. I don't know why. At this moment, Niu Meng thought of Jiang Chen. But soon he forgot about Jiang Chen, because in no time, the 2 colored balls were about to draw. Chapter 9. Please let me play basketball and get back. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Time passes by minute by second. Soon. It was 9 o'clock in the evening. At this moment, there were still 15 minutes left before the 2-color ball lottery, and Niu Meng, who was already starving, quickly got up and walked towards the lottery point. As he passed by a stall selling roasted sweet potatoes, his stomach growled. Boss, why don't you have a roasted sweet potato? It's homemade, fragrant and sweet, shouted the vendor. Niu Meng glanced at the roasted sweet potatoes in the stove, swallowed his saliva, and said, how much is it per piece? Not expensive, 5 yuan per piece. The boss said. 5 yuan a piece is not expensive. You can eat half a bowl of Lamian noodles. Niumen rolled his eyes. Normally, when he heard this price, he would never hesitate and turned around to leave. But now, he is really too hungry. So he pointed to the lottery shop 400 meters away and said, Boss, have you seen that lottery shop? I see, what's wrong? The boss looked bewildered. I don't understand what this means. Niu Meng took out the lottery ticket from his pocket and said, have you seen this lottery ticket from me? I see. The boss nodded. Take a closer look, does he look like he won the top prize of 10 million yuan? The boss frowned and said, speak in person. Niu Meng said, don't look at him as a lottery ticket now, but in about 10 minutes, he will become tens of millions. And then what? Let's get to the point. Then, can you credit me a sweet potato first? Are you really teasing me? The vendor had a question mark on his face. Niu Meng said, I'm serious. I guarantee the reputation of a senior lottery player. This lottery ticket will definitely start with a prize. When I receive the money, I promise to pay for the sweet potato immediately. Lying trough. Is this really crazy? The vendor feels like he's going crazy. Hurry up and leave, don't affect my business. After speaking, he felt like something was missing and quickly added, by the way, don't buy fewer lottery tickets in the future as it will affect your height. What? Buying lottery tickets can also affect height. Yes. Because if you come to my place with a lottery ticket to credit sweet potatoes, I will break your leg. Get out of here now. The vendor roared. Niumen was startled. Humming and whimpering, look at you, you're arrogant and unreasonable. If you don't give credit, then don't give credit. Why are you so aggressive? When I win the first prize, I'll open 10 sweet potato stalls next to you, 1 sweet potato for 1 yuan, and fight a price war with you. Then you'll cry. After speaking, he walked directly towards the lottery point. And this scene. Coincidentally, it was seen by the audience waiting for the 2 color balls to draw and Mr. Feng Chu to be eliminated. In an instant, everyone immediately burst into laughter. Ha ha ha. I'm really laughing to death. At the beginning of the competition, Mr. Feng Chu was so spirited, carrying 10 yuan in his pocket and 1,000,000 yuan in his heart. I didn't expect to end up with sweet potatoes on credit in just a short amount of time. The vendor who bought sweet potatoes is also impressive. No matter how much the chicken chicks fooled me, I remained steadfast. Especially the sentence, "If you bring lottery tickets to my sweet potato credit again, I'll break your leg and make me laugh." Tattoos, drinking alcohol, and gambling affect height. I know that buying lottery tickets affects height. This is my first time listening to it. This is not a small street stall. It's so obvious that it's the falling phoenix slope, the terminator of the phoenix chicks. And Mr. Feng Chu's small and whimpering appearance is really teasing me. It's really cute, and have you noticed that Mr. Feng Chu even knows how to fight a price war? It's really not easy. It's not easy. I feel like the 2-colored ball with only 1 bet on the first prize is about to take off from woohoo, Mr. Feng Chu. I don't know why, but suddenly I looked forward to Feng Chu winning the prize and opening 10 sweet potato stalls to launch a price war. Same expectations. Many people joke about it. Niu Meng walked into the lottery booth. Because there are still a few minutes left until the lottery. The lottery store is already crowded with lottery players. Niu Meng could only stand at the doorway and wait quietly. And inside the huge studio, the guide also switched to the big screen to capture the scene of Niu Meng. There's no way. Approaching the lottery draw, Niu Meng's popularity has started to skyrocket. So the production team decided to live stream the entire process of Niu Meng's lottery on a large screen. 2 minutes. The draw time is up. On the TV of the lottery shop, there was a scene of 2 color balls drawing numbers. Ha ha ha. It's time for excitement. As an ordinary audience member, I actually hoped that Niu Meng won the first prize, but as an audience member who has bet 300,000 live streaming beans, I still hope that Niu Lao Gu did not win a single number. Me too, after all, I bet my entire fortune on it. The audience in the live broadcast room was discussing. Niu Meng also took a deep breath and nervously took out the lottery ticket from his pocket. There is a sentence to say. Knowledge may not necessarily change destiny, but lottery can. And now, it is a crucial moment to change his fate. In the middle, a group of wives and concubines went to Penguin Ollie as the general manager and CEO, winning by Fume and reaching the pinnacle of her life. If you don't hit the mark, it's impossible not to be in the middle. This wave is bound to hit. Niu Meng shook his head, extinguished his own negative thoughts, and stared at the screen seriously. Not only him, but also the lottery players in the store looked serious and serious. And at this moment, the first red ball came out. 03, everyone quickly compared the numbers on their lottery tickets. Niu Meng also glanced at it. In just an instant, his brow furrowed. Because the number 03 is not included in the set of numbers he bought. In an instant, Niu Meng's heart cooled a bit, and the excitement on his face also dimmed. 2 colored balls. You must win all 7 numbers to win the first prize. Now if the first number doesn't win, it means that winning the first prize, 6 plus 1, and the second prize, 6 plus 0, is no longer possible. His mother, I won the first prize. Niu Meng cursed, but an indescribable light burst out from his eyes. It's okay, if the first prize is gone, then it's gone. There's still a third prize waiting for me. Although the third prize is a fixed bonus, there is also 3,000 yuan. As long as I can win the third prize, I will still make a living. Yuan thought. Hope has returned to my eyes. But at this moment, the second ball is coming out. 05, Yuan glanced at the lottery ticket in his hand, his face changed, and he quickly comforted himself, it's okay, there's still a fourth prize. Then the third number comes out. 11, Yuan took a deep breath and Xiang calmed himself down. It's okay, there's still a fifth prize, he said, the prize money for the fifth prize is 10 yuan. As long as I win the fifth prize, I can still break even. However, the fourth number comes out 19. Yuan feels like his mentality is about to collapse. This fourth number still doesn't hit. Not only that. The fifth and sixth numbers. It didn't hit either. That is to say, there are 6 red balls, but none of the numbers have hit. In an instant, Yuan was desperate. He looked at the lottery ticket in his hand, then at the rolling basketball on TV, and roared up to the sky, oh my goodness, please let me win a basketball and get back to my old ways. Chapter 10. The water in the production team was too deep, and I simply. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ha ha ha. Is Mr. Fengchu trying to laugh me to death? Does this face change faster than flipping through a book? This is not the key is 6 red balls, and surprisingly none of them hit. This luck, no one else. So many numbers, not a single one has been selected, it's not easy either. Opportunities once rained down like raindrops, but Mr. Fengchu managed to dodge them all. Here, with the ancestral dual-color ball number, I seriously doubt whether Mr. Fengchu's ancestors have left it to deceive his descendants. Damn it, when Mr. Fengchu pulled Mr. Wolong to buy lottery tickets, I thought he was a king, but I didn't expect it to be just plastic. Even if you close your eyes, you can still get one right. Don't be fooled, I randomly placed a bet on the machine selection, and there were more numbers in it than Mr. Fengchu. Fortunately, I didn't buy this set of numbers with Mr. Fengchu at the time, otherwise I would have lost money. From the initial excitement for the first prize, then the expectation for the third prize, and finally the desire for the fourth prize. It can be said that Yuan's psychological journey is all written on his face. The audience in the live broadcast room was also overjoyed by this change. Especially when one of the 6 red balls misses. When Yuan said that he hoped to win a basketball game, the audience burst into laughter. Mommy! Is this Mr. Fengchu, who I first met, the one who broke even with the 5th prize and then the one who broke even with the blue ball? What has Mr. Fengchu gone through, from breaking even to returning to the point of breaking even? The audience in the live broadcast room was joking. Yuan silently prayed, hoping to win the last basketball. Because according to the rules of 2 colored balls, just hit a basketball. You can still win a 6th prize. Although it's only 5 yuan. But it won't end up with nothing to lose besides, he still bought 5 bets. That means as long as you hit a blue ball, you can get 25 yuan. Still earning blood. Oh my goodness, the basketball team must have number 13. Yuan stared at the screen and said fiercely. However, the next second, the results of the lottery will be announced. Blue ball. Number 11. Yuan only felt like he had been poured down by someone with a basin of ice water, which gave him a refreshing sensation and made him feel unwell. Number 11. How could it be the 11th? My first prize, my 50 million. The dark curtain, this cliff is the dark curtain. Yuan cursed and cursed. The audience in the live broadcast room burst into tears when they saw that he didn't buy any of the 7 numbers. Teacher Ma and Brother Ma couldn't help but laugh, unable to close their mouths. Jiang Chen has said that the lottery water is too deep for you to grasp, and you insist on buying it yourself. Who can be blamed for this? And at this moment, the asset ranking on the big screen also changed immediately after the lottery results were released. Yuan dropped directly to 500. And Jiang Chen moved up 1 position, ranking 499th. At the same time, all contestants have also received this prompt. But no one cared about it. However, Niu Meng looked at the information on his smartwatch and was completely displeased. Sleeping slot. Everyone has 0 assets, why is Jiang Chen ranked 499 ahead of me? Niu Meng is in a hurry. Although everyone's assets are 0, he thinks that Jiang Chen's behavior of taking money to eat Lamian noodles is better than buying lottery tickets by himself. Because eating Lamian noodles is a consumption behavior, while buying lottery tickets is an investment behavior. Based solely on this, his ranking should be above Jiang Chen. Niu Meng thought, but suddenly he frowned. No, I might as well eat a bowl of Lamian noodles with the 10 yuan. Niu Meng touched his hungry stomach and said, realizing it later. Forget it, I don't want these anymore. Let's wait until tomorrow to find a construction site to move bricks. Say it. Niu Meng found an overpass and lay down on the spot. The audience, who were originally happy, immediately turned pale. Especially those who were eliminated after betting on the Fengchu lottery, their eyes were wide open. Lie down, lie down. Sleeping slot. Mr. Fengchu, Brother Niu, get up and withdraw from the competition. I beg you not to sleep. Hurry up and withdraw from the competition. I'm really putting all my live streaming jokes on you. Working has no future, let alone moving bricks. On such a hot day, how hot the bricks are. Isn't it fragrant to retire from the competition? Brother Niu, I beg you not to sleep, get up and withdraw from the competition. A group of spectators howled in sorrow. And at that moment, the result of the lottery 10 came out. The audience who were eliminated after betting on the Niu Meng 2 color balls in the lottery went bankrupt in an instant. Sleeping slot, your uncle. I dodged the Wolong, but in the end, I didn't dodge the Fengchu. Brothers who used to bet Wolong out, wait for me on the rooftop. I seriously suspect that Jiang Chen and Niu Meng were hired by the program team to trick us into live streaming. The dark curtain, the cliff is the dark curtain of the program team. The water in the production team is too deep, and I can't even grasp it. I won't compete anymore. The audience raved about the program group. The program effect can be said to be completely full. Su looked at the director and said, Director, are Jiang Chen and Niu Meng arranged to be entrusted? No. The director shook his head. Su stopped talking. Surprisingly, it was not arranged by the production team, so these 2 people are too individualistic, right? The director said, by the way, Niu Meng said he will find a construction site to move bricks tomorrow. I have a premonition that he will collide with Jiang Chen again. Let the photography team follow suit tomorrow. Don't worry, among the 500 contestants, their independent live broadcast room is the most popular, and even the popularity of Lu Feishue, a talented woman, is not as high as theirs. I know how to do it. At this point, the head of the photography team said. There are several highly regarded players in this competition. They are Lu Feishue, the talented woman of Paroline. As a top student at the School of Economics and Management of Paroline University, Lu Feishue not only has outstanding abilities, but also has a very eye-catching investment experience during her school years. Coupled with her extremely beautiful appearance, it can be said that before starting the competition, Lu Feishue has already attracted a large wave of fans. Except for Lu Feishue. There is also a financial genius, Jiang. Business rookie, Wu Kai. These 3 players can be said to be the most highly regarded by the outside world at the beginning, and they are also the favorites to win the championship. I thought these 3 people would be one of the most popular contestants after the program started. The result is not. Jiang Chen and Niu Meng, with their unique style, instantly attracted a large wave of fans. So the production team also changed their original strategy. In addition to following Lu Feishue, Jiang Tianyu and Wu Kai also listed Jiang Chen and Niu Meng as key targets of attention.